And let us talk The Bad Guys 2. Now, The Bad Guys is a DreamWorks animation, and this is one of those few animations. Sean, I'm not sure if you've seen it before. I think I might have reviewed the first one because The Bad Guys, it is kind of like, imagine if George Clooney as Danny Ocean was a
Yes,
wolf.
yes. I,
Was a wolf.
I think you did review this, and I don't think the trouble is, I really want to go and see this, but
Yeah,
I think now it's in the school holidays. It's just going to be, and
a bunch of
there's
kids.
not
Yeah.
really a time. So perhaps I was going to ask my mate if he takes his lad or whatever, I could go with him, tag along.
Well,
So
yeah, no, because the thing about this is like, okay, so the first film is all about this group, and it's about this group of animals who are usually the bad guys. So
mm,
they're led by the big bad wolf. There's a shark in there. And they're just called wolf, shark, tarantula, piranha, and snake. So they're all these animals that are usually seen as the bad guys. And so in the first one, the whole idea is like, well, if everyone's going to see us as the bad guys, we're going to be the bad guys. And they become like this group of like this crack thieving heisty group, like essentially like the Ocean's 11, who just do all these things, and the music is extremely funky, and the music is, and essentially they're just kind of like the epitome of cool. It's kind of like they've taken all the technology that they have and they've made the film that they wish they, it's like a Rat Pack movie in the 60s. That's like the first one is like that. And the storyline goes with you meet the bad guys, and obviously because you got to tell some sort of story, there's some sort of redemption story about them, and how by the end of the film they decide they're not going to be bad guys anymore. And the problem you always have when you try and make a sequel to a film like that is the only way to go is to turn them back into bad guys
yeah.
and to try and come up with some way of wrapping the story around itself to get them to be bad guys. And again, and almost as if to drive home the point, this film kicks off with an exhilarating sequence. Like, it is such a good sequence that I was sitting out there with a smile on my face going, obviously it's animation, but I was like, this is why you have to do this in animation, because you could never possibly do this in live action. Look what they're doing. Look at those stunts. They're totally defying the law of physics. But because it's animation and it's like a wolf and it looks like Wile E. Coyote and everything, this works. I'm loving this. And it's about them doing like a heist at somewhere in the Middle East, stealing something from some rich dude voiced by Omid Jalili. And it's like, and you're just kind of like, oh, this is so good, because you got Sam Rockwell, who sort of like oozes effortless cool. You have Natasha Lyonne again in this film. You got
Oh,
Aquafina. You got
I
Anthony
was going to say,
Ramos, Craig Robinson, and Mark Maron. Yep.
yeah, I was going to say there was like a little thing, like a little advert thing where they actually come out and it's got Awkwafina and the guy who plays the snake and,
Yeah, Mark
and
Maron.
the
Yeah.
two lady one goes, oh, we're the bad, so that they must be new ones. But just from that alone, it looked like it could be quite good fun.
It is a lot of fun. It's a
Yeah.
lot of fun. I mean, the story obviously comes up with something that they're now good guys, but some people essentially come and like blackmail them to come and do a heist with them and everything like that. And it's about, oh, are we gonna go back to being bad guys? Are we gonna remain good guys? Blah blah blah. I think the storyline and the story beats, they follow a formula. They follow a formula that you know is gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen in the end. You know what's gonna. You know where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
But the way it goes, there's bits where they pay homage to pretty much Silence of the Lambs. It
Oh
is
wow.
let me put it this way. This is probably the only film in which you're going to see where somebody has managed to sort of crisscross of Silence of the Lambs type interrogation with Connect Four. So,
Wow.
so it is funny, it is silly, it is peppy. The music by Daniel Pemberton just makes everything just look so cool, and I really like this. I really like this, even though I have all the things I've complained about, all the things I've said about the fact that the only thing you can do is, to some extent, undo everything you did in the first film, because them being good, that is, you can what good heist are you gonna do? What heist are you gonna do as good guys? So it's like, so yeah, I think it's really good. I think that the voice cast is excellent. I think that the people who they bring on board, people who are new, it's great. And I would give this, it is a very high three.
Wow.
This is an excellent top of the range three, because I don't think I can give it a four, because you know what's going to happen in the storyline. You
Yeah.
know where it's going, but you have a lot of fun along the way. So I would say, not just for people who have to go and entertain kids, or even if you do have to go and entertain kids, you yourself will be entertained, because I think that this is actually it's quite a well made film.
Mm.
So 3 stars for the bad guys too.